MeTV 24 Meridian proudly presents your favorite way to start the day. Welcome to Mornings with Scotty Ray and Candace.
Good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, along with Candace. We're sitting at about 77 this morning, and I urge you to be cautious because it's going to be hot.
It felt really good outside this morning, though. I walked out, and the humidity wasn't as high or something, so it felt good.
It won't last long. We're headed for heat indexes of about 105 for most of the week. Starting tomorrow, temperatures will climb over 100. We're expecting 101, 102 all week long.
It's going to be miserable then.
I don't know how much more we can take.
I know. I need to cut grass, but I am not looking forward to it. Even on a lawnmower, you're a riding lawnmower, you're still like baking in the sun.
That's why you need headlights to do it at night.
And get eat up by mosquitoes and horseflies.
Well, it'd be better than sweating, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess.
I know a lot of people that do that now, even farmers that have gone to working at night instead of doing it during the daytime.
Yeah. I need one of those light bars on the front of the lawnmower.
You can do it. They make them every day. I've threatened to do it myself.
Yeah.
Well, we're glad to have you this morning. We'll talk about Ryan Gosling. Wasn't he the guy that was in The Notebook? Isn't that who that is?
Uh-huh.
We'll talk about him and his new movie role. And I had to stare at the picture like 3 times to go, is that really him? Shocking. We'll show you that picture here in just a moment of what's going on. The weekend has flown by. Father's Day came once again and was gone, whoop, just like that.
It was. But it was a nice weekend. We just stayed busy around our place trying to get things done, but
this kind of summed it up in a picture of what was going on with Father's Day. As the sun went down, this is a picture here of ending there out at Okeechobee. Kind of a peaceful picture, isn't it?
That is peaceful out there on the lake, I will say. We've been out there in the boat, and you get some really good pictures at sunset.
Yeah. So if you had a chance to go enjoy yourself, I'm glad you did. Now, as we move around and look, let's see here. Let's talk about last night. Not a whole lot went on in the city of Meridian overnight. Calm for the most part. As usual, you've got your average crime is what I'll call them. Nothing serious where they'll knock a window out of something and borrow something that's not theirs and forget to bring it back. We had a lot of that. That's kind of common. But we did have someone that was cut with a knife. What was that old Bryan Adams song? Cut like a knife. Yeah, it happened last night. Argument. I don't know what the argument was about, if it was the food was cold or somebody switched the TV channel. Yeah. But nonetheless, here it goes. We got a knife pulled and someone got injured. Had to go to the hospital there for a little while. The 2400 block right there on 36th Place is where it all happened. As you'll back out and look at this, here's Meridian Park. This is going to be northeast of where Highland Park is, and then due south of North Hill Street up here. But nothing major.
Wouldn't it be nice if everybody could just get along?
I'd like that.
Wouldn't that be nice?
If they got poked with a knife. I guess tempers flare the hotter it gets, and people are short-tempered. Angie said I was a little short-tempered yesterday, but I was hungry.
Was you? You were hangry.
Yeah,
they call it hangry.
And I guess I was snappy on something I said to her. I didn't know that I was, but I just wanted something to eat.
I get a little snappy when I get hungry too. So.
I don't function as well hungry.
Yeah, I don't either. Don't ask me any questions when I'm hungry.
But we don't know what actually went on there.
Yeah.
Of what went on. Now, first off, Saturday morning as things started coming about, we did have a report of shots fired. As we go back here to take a look, this was going to be on 38th Street. As you dig into this, now, no one was hurt with this. Let me pull this in where you can see this a little better. No one was hurt. This was right down by Heritage, there where 40th Street comes across in that area. 38th Street, in that area there. Shots were fired at a stop sign. Again, no one was hurt with that. But it wouldn't take long for that to change to where we did have someone that was, hurt pretty bad. And as we pull this up so you can take a look at this, this is, again, from sammedia.network if you want to go take a look at this. Here's just off of 8th Street. Here's the Gypsy Queen. It will be due south of where the post office is there. Okay. If you're headed on out to where McDonald's is down this way, here's Taco Bell over here. The post office sits right there, and O'Reilly Auto Centers, or Center. It'll be due south of there, right there. Now, a person was shot in the leg. It was not life-threatening, but it was serious enough how the bullet struck him that he had to be transported to Jackson because it most likely shattered a bone or something. Now, I wasn't there, but
Yeah.
serious enough to be moved out of town.
Isn't that around the area that the guy that was working on something got grazed or shot?
Well, it would be east of there toward AutoZone.
Oh, okay.
You've got O'Reilly down at the bottom of the hill before the Gypsy Queen. You'd have to go over the hill.
Okay, that was on down from there.
Yeah.
I'm thinking a different auto park. Okay.
But an area there, don't know why, it was referred to several times as a pool hall or maybe what they would call a parlay house.
Okay.
Maybe some people gathering there, but somehow a person got shot there. Now, we go back and we talk about, are all these things tied in? I couldn't bet my life on it, but there's a good chance that each one of these shootings tie into something else as retaliation. And I keep getting message after message sent to me of more retaliation that will come in Meridian for the latest. And the victim has been identified. And I talked about this on Saturday morning, but we wanted to share this with you. If you'll go to sammedia.net where you can read about this. Garyon Owens, 23 of Meridian, is the gentleman that was murdered, and there's no other way to word it. They're on Highway 39. This would be near Fire Station number 5.
Right.
Down,
median.
Yeah, down a little bit there from where Southern Pipe is on 39. Horrible. And how did that happen? Pulled up in the medium. Somebody pulled up behind him, and they unloaded a gun. His car would roll off forward into the ditch right past the Sitco. And bad situation. I know a lot of people are upset over this.
Yeah.
And that's been the talk of the town.
You know, we talk about the victims a lot of times, but I mean, they have families too.
Yes.
That need to be. They need people's prayers. You know, the victims' families, and I just can't even imagine.
It's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
But it is news, and it does happen in our community, and you need to know where these things happen.
Yes.
This brings about the next question of, now we've had this happen in 2 major areas. It's not on back streets. We brought this up the other day. We've had Highway 11, or you want to call it Highway 19 at College Park, a murder, and now on 39, where the general public drives. It's not in a driveway or someone's home. This is in the public area.
Right. Where other people could be injured too. You know, it's total disregard for other people's safety, and just a disregard for respect for human life. I mean, in general, it's just they have none.
Now, there's a rumor going around town, and the best that, don't we all love rumors?
Yeah.
Boy, this girl here gets all the scoop from the haircut and stuff. I
hear a lot. Yeah, doing hair, you
I need
hear
to
a
put
lot.
me a microphone over there and just click it on where I can hear what's
It's
going on.
amazing what you can hear from chair to chair. You know.
But there's a rumor in town that there have been 3 police officers turn in their resignation at the city of Meridian. Now, rumor it is, as I've dug into this, I've gotten confirmation on about 2 out of the 3, and it may be the 3rd, and I just can't find who it is, but I have been told that there's 3 I have confirmed, 2 that have turned in their resignation. For what reasons, I don't know. They have not personally told me why they're leaving, but in an already department that needs more officers, not good. But there is some truth to that as we watch this closely daily. Now, the next thing that we want to talk about, Candace, as the trial happened on Friday and ended, Charlie
Yes.
Smith, who was shot.
Yes,
Oxford,
the judge.
Mississippi, yeah. They had it out of town because of, well, it would be truly hard to find a jury in Meridian, Mississippi that was not upset or mad that a judge was shot in the back while getting out of his truck.
Right.
Well, the jury met Oxford, Mississippi. They gathered around, 12 people did, and they listened to the story for a couple of days there. And as we pull this back up, we see that he's been found guilty. This is going to be Ernest Edwards. He's found guilty of attempted capital murder of a judge, Charlie Smith. He will spend the rest of his life behind bars. But have you heard, as Paul Harvey would say, the rest of the story?
No, I have not.
Charlie was really accidentally picked and shot. This man was convicted by another judge named Charlie, and he thought that he was shooting the judge that sentenced him for a crime earlier and picked the first Charlie that he saw, and it ended up being the wrong one. And Charlie was shot for no reason.
I wondered what. I never knew exactly what his motive to do that was.
And there it is.
And there, yeah. That is
just
horrible.
for having the name Charlie. We can't have this by no means. Sentenced to life. Now, I don't know what happens after you go. I've seen a lot of times, y'all have too, after they spend 10, 15 years, they get real lenient and go, well, he served his time.
Yeah. Surely to goodness they wouldn't do something like that.
You got the guy getting out of prison that shot Ronald Reagan. He's going to be scot-free. He attempted the life on the president of the United States, being turned free to go do what he wants.
Yeah.
And this is just a
Charlie
judge.
was injured really, really bad.
He almost didn't make it. I'm sure that he's got
really bad
complications for life
I'm
from
sure.
this.
Yeah. It was a good friend of mine's dad, and I've known him all of my life. Used him when he was a lawyer.
Yeah, some land deals I've
never
done.
had to stand before him as a judge, thank goodness. But he is a good man, and for this to happen to him was horrible. So.
But Roberts told me I better not stand in front of him. I still owed him a Coke, and he ain't gonna forget it.
Goodness.
Oh boy, that's a few of the things as we start out today. We got more to talk about, so don't rush off. We'll fill you in on all the goings on and doings around East Mississippi and West Alabama. If you've got something we need to know about, inbox us so we can share that with others, so you'll be up to date on the very latest. Good morning to everyone as we begin our day.
It's just as important for a family to have their yard mowed before a birthday party as it is for someone to get hay out of the field before rain comes. They're both that important to us.
Dealing with parish is not just a product, it's the people that are there to help you. They're kind of like family, and it's just kind of like having another partner out here on my land.
Greg's Fireworks in the Clarkdale community is celebrating 26 years in the business. Open daily through July 5th with the lowest prices and the largest selection around. Did I mention that it's air conditioned? From 500-gram cakes to sparkles for kids, gender reveals, and wedding sparklers. For the lowest prices, new fireworks, and a large selection, you gotta go to Greg's. 145 South in the Clarkdale community. Family owned and operated, and don't forget to say hello to Bo Cephas.
My dad was a farmer. My granddaddy, too. I was always pretty proud of that. When my truck was hit by a company vehicle, I thought I was going to have to sell the farm. Thanks to Richard Swartz, I didn't have to.
I'm here for you. One call, that's all.
And welcome back with Scotty Ray and Candace. Did you get much done over the weekend?
We got a good bit done, yeah. We started a little late yesterday on another project, but we're working on it still, so it's a slow go. But
when my wife
eventually
mentions the word project, I become ill right out of the box. I can't handle no more projects.
The motivation is what I lack a lot of times, and so when I do get motivated to do something, I got to do it right then. That's what I was telling my husband yesterday. He's like, I just can't get motivated. I said, well, I am motivated, so let's get it done now because I might not have it in about an hour. So.
Let me show you some pictures. I went Saturday morning before the funeral to the Meridian Police Department as they all gathered to line up and head toward Tuscaloosa. Let me see here if I can find. I'd like to find. There's two things I want to show. One's going to be kind of loud because I stood there as the cops went by. And the cops, officers. Some people get a little offended when you say cop. They would rather it be referred to as officers. You pick how you want to say it. Let me scroll down to this. I got pictures, but I also done the video that I would like to share if I can run up on that real quick. I'm close. Here we are. Let's pull this up.
Or downtown Meridian.
And this has got some audio with it. And again, be ready because you're going to hear some sirens as they leave Meridian and head toward Tuscaloosa for the funeral procession.
As we're getting ready for the Meridian Police Department to depart to Tuscaloosa.
the line would go on as they paid remembrance to a fallen officer in our area. It is such a touching thing. Now, what I want to do next, I am not going to lie. I sat here and cried like a baby. It's the most touching thing. I don't know if you've heard this yet.
I did. I watched it last night, and it will bring tears to your eyes.
This is...
Officer Croom.
And I want to play this. I want to show this. This is what went over the radio. His name, each officer is assigned a name. His name was Alpha 6 when they referred to him and called him on the radio. And as dispatchers with 911, they'll call you, and if you don't respond, they send another officer to make sure that you're okay. And let me show you the picture of this. This is from a patrol car that was shared. Let me pull this up where you can see this. And again, be prepared for this to sort of bring a tear to your eye as we listen to this.
Central to Alpha 6. Central to Alpha 6. Central to Alpha 6. Central to all units. Be advised, Alpha 6. Officer Gwyneth Croom is 10-7 the remainder. Officer Croom, thank you for your service and your sacrifice. Rest in peace, sir. Central clear.
Now, I don't care who you are. That's a sad moment.
Yeah.
The last call, and it did bring a tear to my eye. It does now after listening to that
Yeah,
each time.
I know. Like, look.
That's strong. Forevermore, they will never answer that call sign. So keep family, friends, and it does. I agree with you.
Gosh, I mean, because you think about stuff like this happening to other people in other towns, and then when it happens in our town, I don't know.
It's hard to swallow. You can do that. As we look at the pictures here, this is the Meridian police officers as they got ready to leave, and they were joined by the Lauderdale County Sheriff's Department, other agencies, as they got ready to depart. And as we look across the parking lot, and here's the mayor as well getting ready to go there.
Yeah.
But
it is a very sad day, and I hope that everybody, doesn't just look at this as another news story and move on and never think about it again, because their families cannot do that. I mean, they're going to be thinking about this on a daily basis for a long, long, long time.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's something you never get over. You get through it, you don't get over it. And so keep this family of Officer Gwyneth Croom, keep his family in your prayers continuously. Keep, everybody that was involved in this in your prayers.
The officers that work with someone like that, because it's a constant reminder to them, I could be next. My family could be without me.
And, it does just bring it all...
hits home.
It hits home. And, it's reality to all these officers that on a daily basis of what could happen. So just keep them in your prayers. I just can't even imagine what they're going through.
I got news of this this morning from a friend of mine that is a journalist in Jackson area, Dark Horse Press. She sent me a note that an off-duty fireman has been killed by an accident on a four-wheeler. He was struck by a car. He leaves behind children. Sad day as we look at that. A firefighter killed in an ATV accident in the Flowwood area is where it actually happened at. So condolences passed along.
Yes.
Justin Taylor, he was 30 years old, of Mendenhall is his name. Just it always seems that there's one tragedy after another.
That's right. It seems like it's a lot lately.
It has been. As we look around, I brought this up this morning, and it's going to have to be approved by the mayor, and they've set up a bunch of people. We see at Meridian all these murals, and I had to think very hard before I said that word. Ooh, I had to
Murals,
focus.
you did good.
Had to focus on it. The latest, and I have to really look for this, and I don't mean anything bad by this, but I have to really look hard for the new one we've got Meridian with Jimmy Rogers on it, where it is placed. I kept expecting it to be in that downtown focal point of Dumont Plaza somewhere. And it's behind that building, and you have to be coming from that direction to see it. Hopefully, on that hotel, that Wrigley, maybe that's going to be restored. That'd be good.
Somebody bought it, right?
You got me.
I thought I saw where somebody had purchased that, but I hope they leave that wall like it is, because I like that.
Yeah, maybe restored, make it look good.
Yeah.
Until they tore down the building in Scuba, Mississippi. As a kid, I often rode by on my little bicycle and looked at the Coca-Cola sign on the Lion Theater. Well, the building is gone, and so is the sign. And hopefully those can be restored and more done that will be passed on to the next generations. But in Natchez, they all up in arguments about what's going to go on them. So they've had to put in a panel for it to be approved for the buildings in Natchez. We'll watch this closely and let you know about that. Now, I brought this up of Ryan Gosling, the guy that was in The Notebook. It was a chick flick, but even I have to say that was probably one of the better movies I've ever watched.
The Notebook, yes.
Yeah, The Notebook was good.
It was very good. If you've not seen it, you got to get in and watch it.
Of course, James Garner played the older portion of it. James Garner's such a wonderful actress.
Yeah.
And it's based on, is it Alzheimer's that she had?
Yeah, I guess that's what she had. Alzheimer's, dementia, but I think it was Alzheimer's, because she would forget things, and she would remember back. He'd read her the book. He had a notebook of their life.
Yeah.
And he would read it to her on a daily basis. And for the longest time through the movie, I couldn't tell whether he was Noah, which is the one she dated and he went off to war and stuff, the boyfriend that she was in love with, or I couldn't tell if it was the new husband. You know, you really... until the end.
Yeah, because she did have a thing for
she was going to get married to somebody else, because her mother had took all of her letters and hid them from her.
That was just downright mean.
Yeah, because her mother wanted her to marry into money.
And that didn't quite work out, did it?
No.
But you see that so many people.
But Ryan Gosling played Noah, her true love, they were in love, and then he went off to war, and then came back. He wrote her every day, but she didn't know it because her mother hid the letters. So,
well,
such a good movie.
I didn't know that they were making this movie, and I just picture him in that movie. He was just super cool in it.
Yeah.
But he is going to be playing. Get this now, they got a new movie coming out called Ken and Barbie, I guess.
Oh Lord.
He is going to be playing Ken, the doll, and they have released a picture.
I don't know that I'd have done that wrong.
So this is Ryan. Let me show. Let's go to Twitter and show this picture this morning.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I don't like the hair. I think maybe if he'd have left his hair dark.
He almost looks like the what's his name from Scooby-Doo to me. Remember that? Freddie Prinze.
Oh yeah.
Whatever his name is.
He needs a little tie around his neck.
He's going to be playing Ken, but he's all ripped up there. Looks like he's been bought one of those little bodysuits.
Looks like he shaved his chest or something. I don't know. Shaved all.
He ever go to the hospital? He wish he did. I'm just telling y'all. But that's coming to a theater near you. We've still got Maverick just raking in I think it's at $1 billion so far.
Oh my goodness!
I
would like go out on a limb and say that's probably the highest earnings in a movie, probably in history.
Jurassic Park may have beat it, but
I don't know.
but it's not over.
Yeah.
I think it's going to surpass. It could very well surpass it. But it won the box office, for that particular weekend when it was released there.
I still haven't seen it. My son went and saw it. Said it was really, really
Yeah,
good. Said it was better than the first one, and I've heard that said a lot.
And you rarely hear those words. Rarely.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, let's be honest. We all saw Smokey and the Bandit 2 and went, why'd you do that?
Yeah.
Oh, that was horrible.
I think the Medea movies kind of pretty much were, all of them were pretty good because Tyler Perry's just hilarious. But yeah, Top Gun, I would think that would be hard to beat, but they've done it. So.
Yeah, Denise says she's gonna pass on that movie.
But if you've never seen, I'll probably pass on the Barbie movie too. But if you've never seen Top Gun, I would watch it obviously before you watch the new Maverick, so you'll know what's going on. So.
Let's see here. like Barney off the Flintstones. You're right, Scott. That was a pretty bad movie also, if I remember. Woo. Joe Collins watching us from downtown Zero. We've got Columbia, Mississippi tuned in. Winford Cole, how are y'all doing?
Yes, good morning. Janice Mounds, good morning to you. Denise Burnside, good morning. And we got Donald Williams watching also.
Coming soon to Meridian, I wanted to point this out. We'll get details. We'll have some guests on to talk about this, but we're going to have Love Out Loud coming to Meridian again. And again, that's where churches band together and they go out and they help the needy in town. Whatever it's fixing a porch or doing a little something, helping people. Right. I think they had haircuts and eyeglasses last year.
They did.
Those are good.
It is good. That's a good thing.
I saw Megyn Kelly earlier this morning live at the Vatican saying that word may be coming that the Pope may be getting ready to resign. Don't know if there's truth to it, but she's camped out over there to see if she can find out more. Another tragedy that is happening across America, and I know that here locally y'all need to check on them, your cattle. There's been thousands of cattle dying due to this heat.
Is it due to the heat?
Yeah, heat. Okay. It's knocking them out. The watering holes are drying up, and the cattle can't get enough, and that'll drive beef prices up.
Yeah, yesterday one of our labs, my son, they love to chase a ball, and he was out there for probably an hour or more, just hitting the ball, and they'd go get it. Well, one of our labs got totally exhausted. I mean, he looked like he's about to fall out. Of course, Alden, being almost 8 years old, didn't realize, that he was getting too exhausted. And it was bad, though. He looked really bad by the time we got into some water and let him get in the pond. But watch your pets. If they're out even just playing, they need water.
That's true.
And so we had to cool him off. But
over the weekend, we look at Washington, D.C. A boy 15 was murdered at a celebration there. His gunman shot into that. A few others injured there. And they said as the young man died, he was crying for his mother. How horrible that is. It's real news, things that happened around the United States. We hate to see that. Yes. Christy, do you pronounce her name Nome?
I think so, Nome.
As we head to South Dakota, she said the day has finally arrived, and she announces that abortions have stopped in South Dakota. They will now focus on adoptions. For anybody that has a child that doesn't want it, they will put children up for adoption instead of being murdered. That's her stance on it, and she says it's a great day. A lot of people agree with her, but there are some in America that don't like that.
Yeah.
That's what's happening in South Dakota. She's becoming a very strong voice for the down the middle of the road of the person that believes right and wrong. And of course, she's on the GOP side. We'll see how that turns out. One of the first ones there. This is pretty big deal yesterday, as a ban has happened there by the World Swimming Governing Body. They have banned transgenders. They said they will no longer be able to compete, and what they will do is start a new class. If you want to participate, they're going to start a whole new section for anybody that's transgender. I think that's fair.
I think that's appropriate. I do. I think it's totally inappropriate, and there's no way that a woman, like we've seen it, can compete against a man a lot of times and win. I mean, a lot of times. Now, I say no way. I guess there is a way sometimes.
But overall, the bodies are just made different.
Most of the time.
It just seems like somebody would have thought of this before now, because that is fair. If there's going to be another group, then you have your own division.
Well, I've said the same thing about restrooms. If you want, you should have a men's restroom, a women's restroom, and then the transgender restroom if you want to do that. Because, I don't want a man up in the women's restroom if my daughter's in there trying to go to the bathroom, or, vice versa. I don't think that's appropriate.
I'd like a clean one.
Yeah, that'd be nice, too. Yeah, not everywhere has clean restrooms.
As America travels across, and you learn which stores not to stop at if you travel at that's always the thing. Kurt will go, where you want to stop and go to the restroom? I'm like, I don't know, pick the cleanest looking one. Yeah. Who's got the cleanest looking? If the parking lot looks good. Just because the parking lot looks good doesn't always mean the restroom looks good. I found that out. Rump, bro. But anyway. We've got a lot of stories coming up this morning, and believe it or not, 64% of Americans think Joe's not doing a good job. That's pretty strong, isn't it? I can't believe it. Yeah, I'm shocked. Shocker. Did you see the video of him falling off the bike? No. Oh, my goodness, he was pedaling his bicycle and flop. He stopped and he got, I don't know, tripped and started doing this and fell over. And then he comes out of church on Sunday morning and does a bunny hop in front of the church to show everybody that he was not hurt. It was the President of the United States doing the bunny hop. And of course, memes are everywhere.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen those today. Just thought you might want to know that.
Gracious, I'm going to tell you.
More on the way with Scotty Ray and Candace as we start your Monday. Bring in the 4th of July with a big bang from the Red Fireworks Barn on Highway 19 South. East Mississippi and West Alabama's largest fireworks retailer. The Red Fireworks Barn is fully stocked and open for your 4th of July needs, including hundreds of new arrivals, from small to family packs. The Red Fireworks Barn offers the largest selection again with the best prices around. Home with a no-dud guarantee. Remember the name, the Red Fireworks Barn, for your 4th of July celebration, Highway 19 South in Meridian. See Charlie today.
At the Promised Land Journey, Pastor Bill Freeman will be your tour guide through the world of the biblical times. Roughly 3,000 people take the tour of Lauderdale County's recreation of Moses' Tabernacle, a tour of Christ's crucifixion and burial tomb, as well as a bird's eye view of 1st century Jerusalem and the Holy Land. Schedule a free tour and consider donating to the Promised Land Journey located at Covenant Life Church, 624 Highway 19 North in Collinsville.
Good Monday morning, everybody. Hope you're having a great day. And we have a birthday that we want to announce. Bill Reinhardt is having a birthday today. So happy birthday, Bill.
Yeah, see that. Look at there. Denise says somebody took the training wheels off Biden's bicycle.
Oh, goodness.
That was scary as a kid trying that first time.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at what's happened across America on this date. We go back to, well, we start this, and I almost, you can't help but want to break into the song Way Up North to Alaska. 1867 was the date that Alaska was bought for 2 cents an acre, is what it worked out to be. As we bought that and made it part of the United States of America. Beautiful up there, I hear.
I've always wanted to go on an Alaskan cruise, you know.
Don't forget your coat.
I've heard, though, people go on those cruises, and sometimes there's snow in areas, and then you go somewhere else that looks like springtime. It's a lot of different views, you know, that you can see.
The land of the midnight sun. That would take a lot of getting used to. I've watched that show, Mountain Men. I'm glad I live in Mississippi. Did I say that?
Yeah. Look, also, though, if you ever go to Alaska, I've heard that the mosquitoes will tote you off up in the mountains.
You'd think it'd be too cold.
Take mosquito spray. Yeah, they say that it is. They're awful. So
there you go. I think we all watched this as a kid, the Three Stooges. Anybody remember that?
Yes.
Well, Moe was born on this date back in 1897.
Goodness.
It was Larry, Moe, and Curly, wasn't it, if I remember right?
And then there was a Shimp or something
Can
like that.
Can you do the noise they used to do? That?
They'd go, no, I'm not doing it.
Now you're self-conscious.
You know? Yeah. They'd slap each other on the head. Yeah.
Never got hurt in any of that.
Have you got children that act like the Three Stooges? Like they just constantly walking by and slapping each other on the back of the head?
Kids do that.
Just aggravate each other. Yeah.
Seen on street corners in Meridian also.
Yeah.
1924, one of the greatest guitar pickers that ever breathed a breath or picked up a guitar would be born. Who is it? Chet Atkins was born on this day. He's been on many, many records. He was the best of the best that came along. A lot of people like Chet. The Nashville sound is what they contributed to that. 1942, this guy would be kind of the backbone of the group. He was born. He would be the main writer. I think they all got fighting amongst themselves at some point along the way of the career. But Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys was born on this date.
All right.
If I remember correctly, he was the one that done most of the writing for them. If I remember right. Beach Boys. I don't have any of their albums.
And who was the lead singer?
Maybe. They all kind of sounded the same, every one. Little Old Lady and Sun, California Girls. And
Wish They All Could Be California. Yeah.
Yeah.
Surfing.
USA.
Yeah.
Never heard the song, I Wish They Could All Be Alabama Girls. Man.
Yeah.
Maybe that's going to be a big hit there. 1945, after her career flopped in rock and roll, or we could say easy listening, she made the switch over to country. You would remember her for a song that made it, I think this was in the soundtrack to Urban Cowboy, Can I Have This Dance for the Rest of My Life? Anne Murray was born.
I liked Anne Murray.
And y'all stare at that picture. Is it by chance that she could also be Barry Manilow? Is there a chance?
She don't look anything like Barry Manilow.
Are you sure?
Yeah, no.
I could get them confused in a room. She also had a little good news today, one of her bigger hits there.
Yeah. I guess she's still.
Yes, she's still out there somewhere. But she had a little boost in country music there for a while. And it would fade away. And then Snowbird was a big one of hers.
She just had that real soothing kind of voice, you know.
Right, like elevator music that
But I
I don't
her.
like.
I like her.
I don't like elevator music or rap. I like blues.
Yeah, I like a little bit of everything. Rap is not my big thing. I don't know. I can't get into that, but except I did get into it at the ball game because we have these big speakers. Some of these parents bring, and they play all this music. It was the cutest thing. There was some rap song. I have no idea what it was, but they played it, and the ball players come out on the field doing little moves and dancing. It was the cutest thing because you see a bunch of 7- and 8-year-olds and 6-year-olds too out there dancing to the music. It was cute.
This guy is accused of, during the power outage of 1979 in Neshoba County, of being the reason that so many births happened. Lionel Richie was born on this date back in 49. Hello?
Yeah.
Is it me you're looking for?
I like the... Who did it first? Was it Lionel or Kenny Rogers? I want to say it was Lionel Richie. Lady.
Yeah, that'd be Lionel. He wrote it, and then he would re-record it.
I like that song.
But he was the master of the love songs. Yes, admit it. You spent the 1995 on television and bought the 3D CD disc set.
I just think he seems like a nice guy. Even when I watch him on American Idol, I mean, he just seems real super nice and respectful.
You're once, twice, 3 times a lady. And I can't carry a tune, but I think y'all all know the song I'm talking about. That was back in the Commodore days.
Yes.
Long time ago. Let's see. You would know this guy from a lot of... What was the movie to where the guy was a senator and God come to him and he was supposed to build the ark? Flood was coming, and I can see his face.
I know he plays on The Office.
Yeah. Steve, is that his name?
Carell.
Steve Carell, and he finally gives in to God, builds the ark, and it floats down the Potomac, and it hits the side of the courthouse. John Goodman would be in that movie, and of course, he was in also
Roseanne.
I'll think of the name of that movie in a second there, but
he was in Fred. He was Fred Flintstone in the Flintstones.
A likable fella.
Yeah.
Born in 1952, but it's going to bug me that I remember what that was.
He has lost a lot of weight.
Has he?
He doesn't even look like this anymore. He has lost a lot of weight. Now he's on that, I guess it's still on, I don't know, the Connors. It's the Reed.
Yeah.
It's the little spinoff from
There's
Roseanne.
our name. Barbara Smith, thank you. Evan Almighty was the name of that movie. And it was, if you want to talk about a good family show.
Yeah, it was a good movie.
Thumbs up on our behalf.
But I need to pull that up and watch it let Alden watch it.
But as you made that point here, as John was himself there and has lost a lot of weight, some people aren't meant to be skinny. They just don't look right skinny. And John is one of those who needs to be healthy for the rest of us. You just, jolly good old look. 1960, I think I watched this as a kid. You bound to have too. Hi there, I'm Huckleberry Hound. Y'all remember that?
Yes. I do.
That premiered on this date back in 1960. Hanna-Barbera. Had a bunch of characters on there.
It reminded me of, what's his name, Val Kilmer, when he said, I'm your Huckleberry.
I'll be your Huckleberry. Yeah. That was good.
Yeah, this is what it reminded me of, the way he said it.
Yeah. 1962, this young lady had a birthday. She was born on this date, and a lot of people think she's just absolutely gorgeous. She sings, but I can't tell you which song. I just know who she is. Paula Abdul.
Yeah.
Can you name any of her songs?
Give me a second.
I don't know these things. That crosses a line that I know she's probably played at the Super Bowl. And
yeah. I used to listen to her all the time. And then she went through this little, I don't know, it was like, didn't she get hurt or something? I don't know if she had a wreck or she got hurt or something happened. And then she had to go through where she was taking medication and she kind of acted a lot different.
That's every band in America.
No, she you could tell she was kind of.
That's it. Sandy White.
Straight up.
Now tell me, don't you love me or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. I knew Sandy White would know that. She's all into this stuff here. She had the big hair back in the day. I saw her. 1963, the final episode of this would air, and he would portray this character for the rest of his life, selling books in malls and whatnot. Who am I talking about? Leave It to Beaver ended on this date in 63.
That was a good show.
A lot of people liked to Leave It to Beaver there.
I liked it.
1975, you would be scared out of your chair as you went to see this opening weekend. It was huge. America had never seen anything like this. In theaters, it was, and Jaws was released. Did make you think next time you went swimming, didn't it?
Oh, yeah.
That thing was a monster. Ate the boat, whole 9 yards.
When I was younger, I went with my aunt and uncle on a vacation to Florida, and it was in Navarre Beach at a Holiday Inn, I think it was. And supposedly they filmed this movie there. The first Jaws or something was filmed there. It was
William
neat.
Beckham said she got hurt making a Coca-Cola commercial.
Okay, I knew she got hurt somehow. And then she went on this tear where she was taking pain medicine, but you could tell it because she was, you know how people, their tongue gets real thick trying to talk on medication? Yeah, that's kind of how she was. It was like, I wouldn't have gone on.
The Way
National
That You Love Me
television.
was also one of her songs, We're Getting Told. Didn't know that one either.
Okay.
Denise says Jaws 2 was better. This show got so big as a game show that George Strait had to sit down and record a song of it. It's called Hollywood Squares. Well, it ended on this date, 1980, after many, many years. It was all over. There he is, Paul Lindy, there in the middle. He was one of the big stars of that.
Yeah.
It was a funny show.
He was funny. He was the one that played on Bewitched. We had him on the little Remember thing the other day.
I know there's been a tell-all book, but I don't think it told everything of The Price is Right and just how many girls that Bob Barker may have dated off of there. Oh, we also learned that back in '88, this young lady would be hitting the head with a camera on the show. She was kind of knocked out there for a few moments.
I did not realize that.
Camera swung around and flop.
That'd be my luck. That
How
would be my
embarrassing would that be on national television?
luck. I've had some embarrassing moments like that.
Fall down, face
Yes.
plant kind of thing.
Yeah.
It happens to the best of us.
I have. And it's awful because, like, you're in front of everybody, and what do you do? I mean, I just have to get up and laugh about it.
There's,
It's just, because everybody else is laughing, you might as well laugh with them.
yeah,
You know,
there's nothing you can do about it.
As long as you don't get hurt.
Karina said that Jaws was her first scary movie that she watched.
Yeah. I hated Nightmare on Elm Street.
That was pretty bad.
I did not like it.
This is how you watch it.
I didn't want to. Look, I remember I wouldn't step on the floor at all. Like, I was scared to death. Even I would get from my bed to the dresser and jump out the door, and like, I was a scaredy cat when it comes to
Kurt
that.
tells me she still does that.
But I mean, remember the scene where Johnny Depp? He was the one that played.
No, I didn't. I couldn't watch it. I didn't.
Well, Johnny Depp was the one. He was one of the characters in there. He played the young football player guy dude. Anyway, he was laying on a waterbed and it got snatched down into the waterbed. It was a long time before I ever wanted to sleep on a waterbed after that. Yeah.
Gonna leave that there. I'm not going there.
I hate scary stuff.
I ain't paying nobody to scare me. That's just me. But a lot of
Me either,
people
not
love
anymore.
all that.
I don't.
As we go down, well, let's go down to the Lauderdale County Farm Supply. Exit 151 is where you'll find them today. They got a whole bunch of new T-shirts in. Getting ready for the 4th of July. If you hadn't dropped by in a while, see the large selection that they've got, including all the fishing supplies, as that's popular right now. Everybody's hitting the water with sod and getting you fixed up to get your yards taken care of. Maybe you need backyard furniture, patio stuff for the 4th.
Yeah.
Got a lot of this ready for you if you're going to be having a barbecue and know where to sit.
Yeah.
Make sure to get prepared. Make it a little beautified. I think that's a word that I can use.
Yeah.
Beautified.
Yeah. Beautified.
Flowers and a whole lot more. You'll find it there with cool shirts to fish in. Well, hats and ball caps and even overalls if you're a working fellow there with comfortable shoes and work boots as well to make it through the day. See them there. Against the Lauderdale County Farm Supply, they'll take care of your pet. They'll take care of your horse and your cattle as well. Folks there for working folks. See them, guns and ammo, a whole lot more. Exit 151, right off the interstate. You'd be glad that you dropped in and visited. Spring is here, and it's time to quit spending all of your weekend cutting grass when you could step up to a Skag zero-turn mower. Freeman Tractor in Collinsville has the #1 rated zero-turn mower, Skag, with cutting widths from 36 inches to 72 inches. Skag, the #1 choice of professional landscapers because they know nothing outcuts or outlasts a Skag. 0% financing for 48 months with payments starting as low as $129 a month. Stop by Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 and see coleslaw or buttermilk.
My dad was a farmer. My granddaddy, too. I was always pretty proud of that. When my truck was hit by a company vehicle, I thought I was going to have to sell the farm. Thanks to Richard Swartz, I didn't have to.
I'm here for you. One call, that's all.
Welcome back with Scotty Ray and Candace, and his Amber herd just won't hush.
I know.
she keeps going on these daytime shows. And who's Amber Heard? If you're sitting there going, that's the girl that was married to Johnny Depp, accused him, cost him career. He sued her. He won in court. She just won't hush on these shows of still blaming him. Now, I have to take up for her on this. As I lead the next headline, I don't care who you are, what you are. You should never make fun of someone else getting a deal. And the media making fun of her for shopping at Target, saying that she's lost all of her money and all she can do is afford to shop at Target. I disagree with you people that write the headlines. It's okay to shop wherever and spend what you want.
Yeah.
Doesn't make you poor because you shop at a place that offers discounts. It means you're smart on that respect.
If I ever did hit it big, which I really hardly doubt I ever will, but if I ever did, I would still shop at places like TJ Maxx. Because like you were saying, I love a deal.
I just got a text that said you did hit it big.
Yeah, okay.
Kurt said you found me. Oh. So you should be happy you got you a husband.
I did hit it big in that sense, yes. He is a good husband. But no, money-wise, if I was to get a lot of money or something, I'd still shop. I like a bargain. I like shopping places at TJ Maxx. I've always been like that, though. If I had $100, I'm going to get as much stuff as I can for $100. I'm not going to go spend $100 on one shirt. I think that is crazy, but some people do it every day, you know.
Oh, that is.
Anyway.
I
like a deal, though. And as far as Amber Heard goes, you know, what it is rude. Anytime I hear her name, I think of one thing. And you know what I'm talking about. Her messing in the bed.
Oh, yeah.
That was awful.
She had an upset stomach, Candace.
That was
how do we know that it wasn't an accident?
Crazy. And then blame that on that dog. Poor dog.
I mean, he's going,
poor Johnny Depp, but poor dog.
I always think of, was it Buck from Married with Children, who had to suffer through all of that on that set? That was a funny show.
Goodness.
Do you remember Kayleigh McEnany? Is that how you say her name? She was the press secretary for Donald Trump. She's pregnant.
Really?
Going to have a baby.
That's good.
34, just in time there. Jersey Shore is the next city that goes, wait a minute, things are getting out of hand. We've got to cut back and put a curfew in. They've done that in Jersey Shore. The town is being plagued by crime also. Something about this of taking away the police just hadn't worked out, has it?
Well, I mean, curfews are good if you enforce them.
Yeah.
So, like, I found out that we've had a curfew, right, in our city.
Yes.
So, but
there's no way to enforce it.
How do you enforce it?
We're waiting on that plan. Maybe the mayor calls.
But if you are lacking officers, so I guess it would be hard to enforce it. But I hope people do step up and join the police department and they get more officers. I think that would be a great thing.
We do. Gwyneth Paltrow, do y'all know who she is?
Yes.
She's got a mess going on right now. She backed a company that sold vegan food, which I guess is people that don't want to eat meat.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of how it. Well, it turns out the food that they've been selling causes liver damage. They've ceased production. Stocks are falling. It's not real good for that company.
No, well, that is bad for her. But isn't vegan, if I'm not mistaken, anything that has to do with an animal? Like, you don't eat eggs, you don't eat
Oh, no,
meat,
I eat all that.
Yeah, I do too. And I don't know, would you drink milk? It comes from a cow. I mean, I don't.
We have a job for Candace to find out the truth before the day is. I don't know. I know they're vegetarians, but that says vegan. Maybe vegan and vegetarian are the same word. And I apologize for not knowing, but I truly don't know the answer to that.
Yeah.
Did you see this? You remember the picture of the guy that came out with the big black eye where he had shot the people in the church in Birmingham, Alabama?
Yes.
Turns out now we know what happened with that. His mugshot, he's got this big black eye. As he started shooting, someone picked up a chair and knocked him out, hit him with it, and then they jumped on top of him with a pistol and pistol whipped him. That's why he got the knots upside his head. Vegan food. Vegan? How do you say that?
It's vegan, I think is the way
it's not vegan?
Well, I mean, no, it's spelled kind of like that. But I think they pronounce it like, it should be pronounced like it's got two E's, like vegan. That's how everybody says that.
It's not part of my everyday English.
Yeah, if that's not a word you use all the time, I mean, it's understandable.
Hey, we have to give a attaboy to somebody famous today for doing the right thing. She's done this time and time again. The great Dolly Parton has stepped up, and bless her, she has been blessed by God in so many ways, and she continues to help others as she donates $1 million to infectious disease research to help children. That's sweet of Dolly.
It is.
That's a wonderful lady for everything that she does for the communities and helping out.
She
those
does so much for children. I mean, it's amazing what all she does do.
Yeah, it is. Did we talk about a while ago coming in a couple of weeks? I don't have the exact date, but I do know that they're going to do Love Out Loud in Meridian again.
Yeah, you did.
Okay, I'm just making sure that I remember that.
Yeah, we talked about that. It is a really good thing, and I think anybody can get involved in that.
Yes, if your church.
To help.
Get in touch with them. Also want to remind you this coming weekend we'll be down at Meridian Honda. David Shelton, a benefit is going to be for him Saturday afternoon. Hope you can come by. They're going to have a car show and a lot of things to raise money. He's been diagnosed with cancer, and they need as much help as they can get there.
That's right.
So that's going on this coming weekend, Saturday, down at Meridian Honda. Hope you can drop by and see the cars. Fun. As we head over to our friends at Godwin Cleaning Services, they're always cleaning something new. This week, look at here. Here they go. At the hospital, cleaning it up. Look at the difference.
Oh, gosh, that looks like new.
Night and day. Looks pretty again.
It does.
They'll do this fleet washing. They got the latest equipment. Here's a house that they've done. Look at that. How many times has your house turned this color? And bang, it looks
they
better.
do what's called a soft wash, so it's not going to affect.
Yeah.
It's not going to mess up your siding or anything.
Yeah, talk to Ryan. He'll show you their roofs. Look at this. They just changed the entire look of a home. I know you've seen that picture before, but boy, it's worth showing again. Driveways look brand new again. They can set you up on a timely thing, whether it's once or twice a year. Maybe you need something quarterly. Maybe you need it every 2 weeks for parking lots to make sure that your convenience store business looks great. Backyards, back door steps. Look at this. Perfect.
I think they can do just about anything, and they also even mentioned boats. Like when you uncover your boat and it's all mildewed, you want it to look new again, give them a call.
Softball cleaned, it's all there. Godwin Cleaning Services. Make your appointment today. All you have to do is call 205-236-5121 or 601-253-8262. See them today. They'll help you out and get you going there.
One of the most important places to you is your home. That's why Patrick Allen Companies is proud to provide style, functionality, and security to your home. There's nothing quite like a well-designed overhead garage door or vinyl replacement windows, or the safety of a storm shelter to help your family feel protected. Patrick Allen offers doors and windows for commercial and industrial with dozens of innovative designs. Patrick Allen Companies, safety, service, and satisfaction.
The Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville is passing along these great savings this week. Mississippi sweet potatoes, 59 cents a pound. Fresh California strawberries, 2 for $5. Fresh corn 3-pack, $2.99. Valdeia onions, a 2-pound bag, $2.99. Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce, 18-ounce jar, $1.69. And certified Angus beef ribeye steaks, family pack, $13.99 a pound.
And we're down home, down the street, Piggly Wiggly.
It was a Monday morning on our way to his first day of preschool. We were both nervous and excited. Then someone ran a stop sign. I called Richard Schwartz and he got us the money we deserved.
I'm here for you. One call, that's all.
There's a mispronunciation of this next word I'm going to say all across the land. Here locally we call it Louisville. Well, just to do north of Nashville, they call it Louisville. Spelled the same way. It's just depending upon where you are and how you pronounce it.
Kentucky, right?
Yeah, Kentucky. Someone got upset with the mayor in Kentucky and punched him in the face. Pretty hard lick, knocked him down. They're still looking for, is the word perpetrator?
Yeah.
Always wanted to use that word. Never had a chance to. He's on the loose, and they're looking for him. They have no idea why he punched the mayor. He done something he didn't like.
Probably better to discuss things. Not
You
just
gotta
punch somebody.
You know, and especially the larger cities, it's really hard to get close to a mayor because of the security. But he got
Somebody,
there.
Fell down on the job.
Yeah, they sure did. You see this more and more often where there's no respect as criminals are turned back on the street, lesser sentences, as they try to clean out prisons to let them go. Well, this happened again. A repeat offender walking down the street, beat up 3 women. I mean, whooped them bad. No reason. They were minding their business, walking down the street, and this guy done that. I don't know the answer to this. This was in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania is where that went on. I don't know the answer, but something's got to be done across America as we watch more and more of this every day. And then there's the sickos that are out there. And I call this guy a sicko. I don't know any other way to word it, but he worked at a Walgreens. He kept hitting on this 17-year-old girl. This was in Colorado Springs. He ended up murdering her because she turned down his advances of going out with him.
If they've dug into his past, there's probably red flags all along the way with him. It's good to do background checks.
He choked her is what he done.
It's awful.
Just bad. Hey, have you seen all of this coming out about Joe Biden's daughter in the diary?
No.
Well, apparently she's had some issues, and she had a diary that she left in a halfway house. And as we get more news about this, the part about her taking a shower with Joe Biden as a kid, and people are going, that's Tucker Carlson, especially going, kind of freaky.
That is weird.
Well, her and Jill were seen walking down the beach discussing the diary thing that's going on. There's no telling what's in it, so be prepared for what's going to hit headlines over the next few days, few weeks that come out of this. Can't have one child with a diary without the other one.
Goodness.
Just because you got money don't mean you don't have problems, as we see this with Hunter and all around.
Lord.
Yeah. What else do you say to that?
That could be like a Jerry Springer show.
Yeah.
Up in the White House.
Now, this next headline, they don't tell the rest of the story of what it would have cost Texas. It's obvious that the writer of the story, and this was on Daily Mail, does not like the governor of Texas. Because this headline reads, the governor has spent $2.9 million of taxpayers' money sending illegal aliens to Washington, D.C. with the buses. What they fail to tell you in the story is if those 1,700 had stayed in the state of Texas, what it would have cost the Texans in taxpayer money.
Right.
Let's be fair about it if you're going to do that. But he has shipped a bunch and dropped them off on the doorsteps there in Washington.
Yeah.
The wall
I don't blame him. I mean, I'd have done the same thing if I'd have been him.
A lot of people support that. There's a few that don't. And as always, we welcome your thoughts, whether you agree or disagree with us. That's what those comments there are there for.
Well, I mean, they were brought into his state without his approval.
Correct.
So, I mean, to me, that's just wrong right there.
Overall, it is.
And a lot of these people, these coming into the country illegally, have been shipped into other states in the middle of the night without the state governor's knowledge or anybody else in the state's knowledge. They're just and that's obvious. That's a sneaky, way of doing things.
Yeah. We said good morning to Ron Harper joining us from Nash Vegas, Tennessee. Good morning there. Glad to see you.
Yeah.
Charlie Sheen has changed his stories. I brought this up Saturday morning. It's horrible. I felt for Billy Ray when his daughter done so many horrible things. And Charlie Sheen was not happy about his daughter joining Fans Only. Fans Only is where people get naked and basically charge you to follow them to look at it. His daughter has joined it. He's changed his story since Friday, but since his ex-wife has cut him off. And probably there's more to that story than we know. But she's going to be on that fans-only site. Can't be a moment there that they're all proud of. Outrage in Montana as they look for the governor as everything has been washed away from Yellowstone and streets. He's still on vacation. He's not back in the state yet. Voters are not happy about that either. Let's see here. Federal gas tax break. Maybe we could get that's $5 a gallon. They're saying maybe they'll take the gas tax off of it. We don't know. We'll watch that story also to see what happens with that over the next few days.
Didn't I see where DeSantis was taking the tax off of gas in Florida?
I hadn't seen that, but it's possible.
I thought I read that the other day that they were going to take the taxes, I want to say, off of gas and groceries and a lot of different things to help people in Florida.
We do need to do that.
That's great.
We go to Chicago for the next story. I'm not going to show the video to this because it's pretty scary there. But a cop pulls somebody over. As he gets out of his car to walk up to it, the guy jumps out with an axe, charges at the cop. The cop handles the situation as he should have. He was put down. We're real close to running out of time, Candace.
I know. Somebody mentioned the banks being closed today.
Correct. For holiday.
That's right. It's Juneteenth.
Juneteenth
today. So
call ahead. Make sure it's open.
Yeah, make sure. And I guess federal buildings, are they open today?
Probably closed.
Yeah. So check before you just leave the house and drive miles and miles to get somewhere.
Yeah.
Make sure they're open.
All right. We'll be back tomorrow morning bright and early. And yes, we are moving to Fox on July 4th. Thanks, Ron. We'll see y'all bright and early tomorrow morning.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners: